Hi everybody, this is Nick Marshall and I am the Tactical Marketer, and today just had this random thought and I wanted to talk a little bit about what our customer is looking for. And once again, this is all just for fun. My goal with this page is just to help people that are interested in business, help those who want to grow in their leadership skills, and help those that want to become an entrepreneur. I'm just sharing some things that I have learned over the years in my experience and also with formal education. And so if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comments below. You can email me at thetacticalmarketer11b@gmail.com, and you can come up with topics that we can look into or any questions or anything like that. But today we're talking about customers' needs. I try and think about this when I create these videos. These videos are completely off the cuff. I got a little bit of notes of things just to jog my memory, but we're just having a conversation today as we enjoy our lunch together. But I like to talk about wants, needs, and desires. Our customers, they have wants. You know, they base these wants off of really what do they want? Do they want the coolest new iPhone that's out there? They want the newest car. They just want it, right? There's a lot of reasons why people want things. It could be social status, it could be convenience, so on and so forth. That's kind of a different lesson. But another aspect of why people buy things is out of necessity. I buy food because I need it. And there's a lot of other things that I need, and I just buy them because I need them. I need cleaning supplies right now, so I buy Clorox wipes and things like that. It's just something that I need. The other one is desires. A lot of people desire for things. For instance, a lot of guys are interested in maybe that one day that they can afford that Harley Davidson motorcycle. You know, it's a dream that they have, a desire they have. They maybe can't financially afford that, but it's just something that's always in their mind, that it's a desire that they have. And someday they may, commit and pull the trigger and buy something like that, a major purchase. But really, when we think about marketing from an aspect, we want to consider these things, that our customers have wants, they have needs, and then they also have desires. And so I was thinking about this when it comes to selling TVs, right? And this is just a hypothetical situation. Whatever you sell, whatever your goal is you can put, this applies to everything. And so if I was to sell TVs, and the customer that I have standing in front of me, they may only have a need, they may have wants, and of course, hopefully, they all have desires, but when it comes to selling a TV, it's very important to identify whether this customer is buying it out of necessity, like I need this to be able to do my job, or are they doing this because I want the latest and greatest, coolest TV, right? And so if you can really find out what their needs are, what their wants are, then you're able to sell that product a little bit easier, right? Now, I come from marketing from an aspect of making things better. So I believe in communication greater than sales pitches, right? I don't like to sell somebody on something because then they tend to have buyer's remorse later on, or they'll talk bad about the product that they get. I like to have them confident in the decision that they make. This is something that they are thankful that they bought, and then I'd hopefully retain them as a customer in the future. And so I like to find out their needs behind the needs, right? In the National Guard, as a recruiter, I would use the needs behind the needs many times, and it's a great example of a lot of young people would like to receive an education. They would like to grow their skills as a leader or as a person, or their skills in their trade that they desire. And so I know their need is they need a college education, and this applies to me as well. I know they may need a need as far as like training for their skill or their craft or whatever they want to pursue, like becoming an electrician or a mechanic or things like that. So I know that their need is that they would like to obtain their education. But their need behind the need is that they needed a way to pay for that education, right? So I would develop a plan with them and set some goals that shows them that, yes, in 4 to 5 years, that you could achieve your bachelor's degree, or in 2 years you could do your journeyman's program, or whatever their goal was. But I knew that the need behind achieving that goal was the fact that they either needed a way to pay for that, or they needed additional skills already. So for instance, they before they go and pay for a formal education in something like becoming a mechanic, we were able to pay for their training and make them a diesel mechanic before they go to whatever school that they need to finish whatever certifications they went for. So that's really important to understand what their original need is, what their want, and then understand what they need in order to get there, right? So if we're thinking about selling TVs, we want to avoid the idea of dump trucking on our customers. And so many times I've dealt with salespeople, and I kind of not mess with them, but I test them in some ways, and I want to see how are they going to sell me, how are they going to upsell me, are they communicating to me to meet my need, right? So if I want to buy a TV, they could come right out and say, hey, we got the greatest TVs here on the wall. They're $3,000, and to me, that might not be anywhere in my price range. It might not be anything that I want to do. So as far as I'm concerned, you're just wasting your time, right? So that's why I believe that sales is more about communication versus just trying to sell me on something, right? So as a salesperson, I would encourage you to really start getting your customer to talk to you, right? What do they plan on using the TV for? What's important to them? Is the size of the TV important for them? Is the resolution important to them? Is the sound quality important to them? What about all the devices that you want to hook up? Do you want to be able to hook up your Google whatever, or be able to connect USB ports to it, or different video game platforms? What is your intention for the TV, right? And so if they will communicate that to you, and you can get them talking, they will tell you everything that you need to know, and then you can direct them along the path, right? So as the salesperson, you're in charge. You're helping them make their decision. But what you're doing is you bring in a real benefit for them, to where you're helping them make their decision, and you're leading them down the road, right? Yeah, you could upsell them. You could give them something that's way bigger than what they need or want or whatever, but in the end, would they have buyer's remorse when maybe that's outside of their price range, and now they're strapped where they can't make their payments or whatever like that? Is that really ethical? Is that something that we should do as business leaders in our community? Probably not. Maybe we should just focus on getting them what meets their need, what's in their budget, and so on and so forth, and having more of an ethical stance. And I feel like when you have a more of an ethical stance with your sales, in the long run, you'll make more sales in the long run. And so it's important about taking care of that customer. And that's the point that I'm trying to make today is, identifying your customer's wants, identifying their needs, and then considering their desires, but also really talking to them and finding out, maybe what their need is, and finding out those needs behind the needs, right? And so I'd encourage you, I try and keep these things real short, but I encourage you to apply these to your life and use them. But really, if I could point out a really strong message, that it's more about communication. Can you just simply talk to your customer and help them through the sale and ensure that they get what they want, right? So let's talk about this one thing. I want to add this real quick. I just thought of this. So features, benefits, and value, right? So a feature is something that the TV probably offers, right? Like really great sound quality, or maybe the clear picture. I bought a large flat screen TV in my house. My couch is far away from my TV. I needed a bigger TV for me, one, to be able to see it. Number two, it's important to me that when my friends come over, we can all sit around the TV and watch the football game or whatever. So that's where the needs that I had, right? And so in order to do that, of course, I had to go up to a higher quality or a higher price TV. And the salesperson I was working with helped me do that. So we made a good quality sale because I needed these certain things, right? So the TV offered different features, right? I told them what I needed. The salesperson told me all of the features, and then the salesperson told me, hey, these features that we offer will benefit you, right? It'll bring a benefit to you. By crystal clear picture, you'll be able to see it very well, and you can sit further back. The type of TV that we had, you can sit to the side and still see the TV, where other TVs, when you're on the side, you really can't see the picture very clear, right? So that was an important feature that the TV offered that brought me a benefit. And in the end, it brought me a great value, right? What was the value? The value was not necessarily the TV. The value was the fact that I was able to bring my family and my friends, and we were all able to sit around the TV and watch our favorite team play sports. And the great value is the quality time that I spent with my friends and family. It really had nothing to do with the TV, but the TV helped create that value, right? So kind of a recap again, right? Finding out our customers' wants, needs, and desires, figuring out our features and our benefits that will create value for them, and then being able to communicate and have an ethical conversation and an ethical sell that will help get that product in your person's hands, that where in the end they have great value and they feel like that they got their money's worth, that the product was of great quality, and that they're able to create good lasting memories or do a good quality of work with the tool that they bought, that in the end they're happy with their sale and we didn't create a buyer's remorse. And that's super important. Maybe someday we'll talk about retention of customers and things like that and how important that is. But for today, that's what we covered. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for having lunch with me today. And let's get back to work. Talk to you later. Thanks.